Good morning class. Last week we stopped at Unit 9, Going Places. Today, we will start a new lesson with the topic home and house, which is familiar with us, so as we all know that we are not leaving alone. We live in a big community and beside us our own friendly neighbor. But sometimes, you may feel really annoying by what they do. Now class, can anyone share anything about your neighbor that you don't like?
Teacher, I have a really interesting story.
Can you come to the board and share with your friends, Sully?
It was 2 years ago. Me and my parents lived in a cozy apartment. I loved my neighbors so much. They were really friendly and hospitable. We share happiness and sadness together. I also have a friend next door and we were at the same age. But everything had changed when Mr. Brown arrived. Night after night, we listened to the news, reality show, movies mostly, and all we could do was sit there. He was deaf as a post. He said he couldn't hear anything if he had it on any lower. I couldn't bear that as well as my parents. All of us were stressed and easily wrote at everything. After 2 months of ear blowing, we decided to move to the countryside. Though it's quite far away from the downtown, I enjoy being here with the fresh air, stunning landscape, and especially, no full volume at midnight. This is my story. Thanks for your listening.
Okay, Batista, please. Let's hear what Batista wants to share with us.
I have a story to tell. It happened 3 years ago when I was 10 years old. From the countryside, my family moved to the city and lived in a small house. One day, when I was playing with my brothers, I saw Mr. Frank brought a dog. He looked very happy and excited. As you know, being a dog, it barked whenever there were people on the street, even at midnight. My parents tried to reason with him, but he said we were making a fuss over nothing. Then that afternoon, his dog dug a hole in our garden. It destroyed our masterpiece. Despite his excuses, we showed no mercy and decided to call the police. After 2 hours, finally he agreed to pay a compensation. And about that silly pet, he caged for 2 weeks.
What an interesting story you got, Batista. Let not wait any moments. Anyone have a better story?
Teacher, I got a story too.
Yes, go ahead, Tan.
My story is completely different. I live in a dormitory with my classmate. One day when I was studying, I heard a sound of broken glass and people screaming. At first, I thought someone was actually in pain, but it was my lovely neighbor Kardashian and her friends. They were practicing for the school play. The din was unbearable and it completely put me off writing. It went on and on for almost a month and suddenly stopped. Maybe they practiced in somewhere else. I jumped off my chair and yielded in happiness. Finally, I got time to finish my work on time, though it quite late. I hope they will never do that again, at least not in front of my room.
Thanks a lot for your interesting stories. And now, let's start our new lesson.